Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man 123 are back from the video, and today I'll be sharing my thoughts today on the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I did see this in cinemas a few days ago, but just before we get into that, I'd just like to quickly say something. So, what I want to say is, please leave your questions down in the comments below, because my previous Q&A episode, they didn't get any questions on them, and it's quite strange because a lot of very confusing and strange stuff has been happening to my channel, because I tried to comment on some of my YouTube friends' videos, and then in a matter of seconds my comment will just disappear. I'm not sure where it goes, and then sometimes when I do write a reply, the reply might disappear, and then some comments what I get on videos from my viewers will not show up, but I believe it will show up for the person who commented that. So a lot of confusing stuff has happened to my channel, but I do believe it's all good now, but it may happen every once in a while. So with that out of the way, let's get in today's video. So the intro to The Rise of Skywalker was very mysterious and also really interesting to watch, because there was a really shocking part that we found out that Palpatine from the original trilogy, when he apparently died when he fell down the Death Star hole in the Return of the Jedi, we found that he was actually alive. So that was really cool to watch, and also very creepy because he had no eyes, just really creepy. And then Finn, Poe, Chewie, and Rey, I think they're a great team. They remind me a lot of the original team with Han Solo, Luke, Leia, Chewie, and also Lando Calrissian. And then Rey and Kylo Ren, they had this telekinesis thing where they would talk to each other, but they were in different locations, but you could actually see them where they were. So it's really cool to see that, and I thought they transluted it very well on screen. And then finding Sith hologram, that was the main plot for this, because you had to find the Sith hologram so you could get to where Palpatine was. So I thought that was really cool. And then the introduction to new people was really cool as well, but I liked how they had a really nice backstory, because some of the people we met, they were actually stormtroopers previously, but backed out because they didn't want to kill innocent people like Finn. And then we also met some people who knew Poe. I thought that was really cool as well. And then Dagger with Clue to hologram, but only C-3PO could read it, and the only way for him to read it was actually make him Sith, because C-3PO forbidden to tell the Sith language. That's what the dagger was translated in. So that was really cool to see that. But then with the Sith part of C-3PO, basically he lost his complete memory from when we first met him. And then, yeah, so that was quite sad to watch, but I do like how R2-D2 gave back his complete memory. That was really nice. And then Rey meets her evil self. I thought that was really cool because it's kind of a throwback to when Luke Skywalker on the planet with Yoda saw his evil self. I thought that was really cool. And then the truth about her. Now that was just really mind-blowing to watch, because I did not see it coming. But Rey is actually a Palpatine. Now that is just really cool. And then Rey and Kylo Ren, they had another battle, but in this one, Rey won, but then she kind of felt sorry for Kylo Ren because she stabbed him, and then she did this really cool healing power. I didn't think the Jedi could do that, but they apparently can. And then the final battle, Kylo Ren, Rey versus Palpatine, I thought that was great because it was showing just how strong two people can be against a pretty villainous character. And then there was this really massive, and I mean massive ship battle. It was Imperial shuttles versus other ships. It was just very chaotic, and it looked like the bad guys were going to win for a second, but then just more ships come in. I thought that was great. It was also really sad when Princess Leia did die. I kind of think it was because of the Force for the good guys was actually slowly dying, so that means she would have to die. Hope that does make sense, because it makes a little sense to me. I also like how we got a character called Lando Calrissian back. I thought he was a great character from the original Star Wars trilogy, and I like how he's back. He's also very funny again in this movie. And then some things what did disappoint me were the Knights of Ren, because we really didn't get too much backstory on them. They just came out of nowhere and like tried to help Kylo Ren. But they do look pretty sick in their armor and their weapons. But I just wish we got a bit more of a backstory, because where were they for the last two movies? I think they could have kicked butt in the last two movies, but they just didn't show up till now. And then I kind of wish we got a bit more of a better understanding of how Palpatine like survived that fall, because it was just a really like big fall, and that explosion happened and like the Death Star blew up. I think don't remember, haven't seen it in quite some time. So I just wish we got more of a better understanding of how he did survive. But the end scene was quite interesting as well, because Rey goes on Tatooine, where both Luke and Anakin Skywalker grew up, and she did bury two lightsabers in the ground. I thought that was really emotional, and I think it worked very well for an upcoming like trilogy, hopefully. And then she does have a yellow lightsaber, and I was really confused of like what a yellow lightsaber means. Is that like she's the master of balance or something? I'm not really sure, but I thought it was great. And we also got to see Luke Skywalker and Leia Skywalker as Force Ghost. I thought that was really cool. So if you guys did enjoy this video as much as I did seeing and also sharing my thoughts on the rise of Skywalker, and I cannot say so, goodbye.